Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a Marvel character spotlight on another character that will be having their live action version come out in Madam Web. Her name is Martha Franklin, aka one of the Spider-Women. Although she goes by Maddie Franklin because she doesn't like the name Martha. So, Maddie Franklin was a regular teenager living in New York City. She was the daughter of Jerry Franklin, a wealthy businessman, and her uncle was J. Jonah Jameson, editor and owner of the Daily Bugle. Overhearing a conversation between her father and Norman Osborn about a ceremony, Maddie took her father's place in the Gathering of the Five, a ritual with five Arachne relics where the people are granted either immense power or they pay the ultimate price. These relics, when brought together and the ritual performed, allow the four who possess them to be blessed or cursed with power, knowledge, immortality, insanity, and death. But the catch is that these powers don't seem what they are at first, and what seems like madness is in fact knowledge, and what seems like power was madness, and death seemed like immortality. Norman Osborn received insanity, Morris Maxwell received knowledge, Cassandra Webb received immortality, and Gregory Hurd received death, and granted the gift of power. Maddie was endowed with superhuman physical attributes as well as the power of flight. When Spider-Man mysteriously disappeared a few months from the superhero scene, Maddie took his place, fighting criminals in his name. When the real Spider-Man returned, Maddie fought Charlotte Witter, who was in my last character spotlight, and then became known as Spider-Woman with the blessing of Jessica Drew, going through a number of different costumes before eventually settling on a black and red bodysuit. Maddie's admiration for Spider-Man develops into an intense crush, and after Mary Jane's apparent death, she kisses him after he had tried to perform CPR on her following a fight with Charlotte Witter. Peter rejected her advances on the account of the significant age difference between the two of them, but also for the fact that he still thought Mary Jane was alive. Maddie was eventually sent to a boarding school where she fought several new villains and made a friend called Cheryl Lanson. Maddie wasn't seen for quite a while, and eventually she went missing. She broke into Jessica Jones's apartment in a drug stupor, but quickly fled. Investigating more, Jessica discovered Maddie was being harvested for drugs by her boyfriend and kept sedated. Apparently, Maddie was being used as a source of mutant growth hormone, a power-inducing drug that requires a superpowered individual's genetic material. And with the help of Jessica Drew, Jessica Jones brought Maddie back to the safety of her uncle. Now, after the Civil War, she was listed as a potential recruit for the initiative, although she never actually made the cut. Or to our knowledge, she didn't make the cut, I should say. Maddie joined the superhero support group, the Loners, in Los Angeles. She got involved in breaking up an MGH ring with two other members, which led Ricochet to later break into Fujikawa lab, resulting in Lightspeed being grievously wounded by Hollow, who was formerly Penance, and the group was confronted by a woman leading armored guards, and Dahlia, that had come to reclaim Hollow. The matter was settled peacefully by Mickey Mushi. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing these names right. And Maddie was frustrated about allowing the bad guys to leave. However, Mickey reminded her that she was undoing the damage for which she, Darkhawk, and Ricochet were actually responsible for. It was revealed that another reason for her joining the support group was that she was secretly researching the Slingers. While over at Johnny's house, she began searching for evidence, but was caught by Johnny, who she slept with in order for him not to get suspicious. Afterwards, she privately contacted the Father of Dusk, in which she confirmed that the former slinger, named Ricochet, had no knowledge of Cassie's whereabouts. Maddie and Johnny later arrived at Mickey's apartment, where they had discovered um, Phil, Urch, and Chris fighting each other in Dark Hawk's armor. And after defeating Phil, she learned about Phil also making a deal with Fujima, just as Mickey did, and decided to leave the support group, no longer trusting them and pointing out that they had forgotten how to be heroes in trying to overcome their heroic past. Maddie also admitted that she regretted sleeping with Ricochet. During the grim hunt, Maddie was captured by the Kravinoff family along with Madame Web. Knowing that she was going to die, she told Madame Web to tell Spider-Man that she did not blame him and that she didn't cry. She's later sacrificed by Sasha Kravinoff in an attempt to revive her son, the Grim Hunter, back from the dead. It was a success, but Vladimir was revived as a humanoid, lion-like creature, and it was later revealed that Martha was merely a test and that they had actually intended to sacrifice Spider-Man. Vladimir and Sasha were later killed by the newly resurrected Kraven the Hunter, and over a year later, the Jackal brought Maddie and Madame Web back to life as clones. Maddie later encountered Silk, despite initially attacking Silk, and Maddie later met with Cindy Moon and um, befriending her upon learning that she was an employee of her uncle's, revealing her suspicion regarding the new you. When the Jackal triggered the signal to reduce the resurrected people to Karen zombies, Maddie resisted and helped Cindy defeat the resurrected Hector Cervantes, who was subsequently died and returned to his ghostly state, while protecting Jameson, from attacking zombies. Maddie revealed to her uncle that she was a superhero, but ultimately sacrificed herself to protect Silk and crumbled to dust in her arms. Cindy collected Maddie's remains and buried them in an urn on top of her coffin, but was left traumatized by the experience. So let's talk about her powers. So from the gathering of the five power, she had superhuman strength, which was about lifting 10 tons, superhuman speed, stamina, durability, agility, reflexes, and even flight itself. Now, when she absorbed the powers of Charlotte Witter and gaining her powers back, she had gained immense further super strength, lifting up to 25 tons. She gained the wall crawling ability, Venom Blast, and Psychic Spider legs. Now, normally these legs are naturally outside the body. However, she can mentally force them back inside of her body, but she feels a great sense of pressure in her back until she releases them again. And ironically enough, her weakness is apparently a cat allergy, which I find hilarious. As always, Marvel has a power grid of 7. So her intelligence is a 3, which is learned intelligence. Her strength is a 4 because she has the ability to lift between 800 pounds and 25 tons. Her speed is a 3 because it is superhuman. She has a level 5 durability, which is bulletproof. Energy projection is 1, which I find interesting because it says none, even though she has those venom blasts. But I'm assuming that she probably doesn't use them often. And then her fighting skills are a 2, which is considered normal. Overall, interested to see what's going to happen with this character in Madame Web. So we're going to see our first rendition of this character in live action. Um, from Madame Web, obviously. Now, this character was created in 1998 and was killed off in 2017 and has not come back again. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen in the future. But overall, very excited to see a new character being reintroduced or being introduced into the live action. A character that is not well known. Even though Spider Woman is a character that we think we know, there's been other characters who have taken on the mantle of that character. So we'll be interested to see exactly what that's going to look like. Overall, very excited to see Madame Web and all the new characters that are going to be added to potentially the MCU. So let me know what you guys think about what you think is going to happen to Madame Web. And also, if there's a character you'd like me to do a character spotlight on, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like the content you see, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.